Okay, we are live on the What's Going On podcast, and let me say welcome back, Kofi. Another Monday. Well, I was gonna say another Monday.
It feels like
I'm forgetting the date already. Listen, yeah, welcome back to the podcast. Please hit the like button, share it, subscribe to the channel. And for those people that are out there watching this right now, man like Mr. Strong, who's just subscribed today, didn't know that I had a channel. So, Mr. Strong, hailing you out today, bro. If you're watching this right now, Ian and all the Arsenal massive. If Latoya's watching, Liverpool, you got a co-Liverpool supporter in there, Kofi. Yeah, please, please, like, as I said, subscribe and share. Yeah, we're going to get straight into it because I know Kofi's got other things doing. He's going to be quite busy. So at the moment, hashtag you never walk alone. Okay, so that's how you want to play. Thanks for the moderator to do the actual the actual comment. So if the moderator is going to be on that, I'll appreciate if you could do that, so I don't want to be stretching over. So yeah, if you could do that for me, that'd be great. You never walk alone. Hashtag you never walk alone. I don't know who that's from, but it's a joke thing. Right. So listen, let's get straight into it.
all right.
Let's talk about the weekend games. And first of all, I want to talk about Arsenal. Basically, the mentality of our side. Listen, we played West Ham. Normally we would beat West Ham. They normally give us hard games, but majority of the time, our record against them is really good. We've gone to West Ham. I predicted that we'd win that game 2-1. Little or long, and behold, we draw that game 3-0. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, the first 30 minutes of that game, Kofi, mate, if you did watch the highlights or, watch it, the first 30 minutes, that's the worst 30 minutes I've seen in a long time. These guys were not at the races. Absolutely not at the races. I don't know what they were doing. Yeah. The side that he went with, yeah, there were some players that I picked that I wanted to see on there, likes of Martinelli, Pepe. He decides to go with Aubameyang, who the previous game had a bad game, wasn't at the races. He wasn't at the races in this game. I suppose the question I want to ask really is the captain armband too heavy for this guy? Is the badge too heavy for this guy? I mean, since he's signed this contract, this £375,000 contract, he has not delivered. Yes, he's had some personal issues with regards to his mum and stuff like that. But then he's all the other side of it, where he's turned up late for training so-called training or the football match, especially against the North London rivals, Tottenham. Didn't play in that game. Literally raced off when they were doing the warm down. This is not the actions of an Arsenal captain. And I'm not happy with the way things are. I'm not happy with the mentality of Arsenal, the way we're approaching games. It took us until 3-0 before we woke up and decided to play. So the last 15 minutes of that first half, when Lacazette got a goal back, albeit it was an own goal, it was deflected. We go into that half 3-1 down, to the second half 3-1 down. So when you saw it, Kolf, I don't know what your thoughts were. And the worst thing about it, we're playing you next, the 4th of April. We play like that, you will slap us up. Simple as.
That game is it's an away game, right? For us.
Yes, it is.
You're playing at home. Okay.
Yeah, we're playing at home, yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been pretty good away from home this season. So, to be honest, going to Arsenal, usually we get draws or we lose. The last few games against you guys, we've had a draw, a couple of draws and defeat.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the last few, I mean, at home, it's been a lot of draws. We've had a lot of draws. Yeah. But if we play like that, the only thing maybe that's on our side is the fact that your defense is not that brilliant. Yeah, and your forwards are not really scoring. I mean, your last game, it was a hard-fought win against Wolves, 1-0. Mr. Jota goes back to his old club, scores.
I mean, I think our defense, just to, I think our defense, we're kind of like building a little bit more confidence with the two who've come in, Nathaniel Phillips and Özlem Kabak. So they probably just need a good few run of games together. But, you know, there's not been enough for us to say that these two are going to be the pairing, maybe for the future, but we don't know. They're both young and they've still got a long way to go in their journey. Going back to the Arsenal game, yeah, they were sleeping. And yeah, looked lethargic. I thought West Ham probably could have taken that game easily. 4.
Listen, you're right there. It could have been 4-0, but for the grace of God. I mean, let's take the first goal. I mean, the worst person that I didn't want to be scoring against us was Jesse Lingard. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And I thought he was going to do his Millie Rock, you know, but I thought he was going to do his Millie Rock thing, you know what I mean? Or the moonwalk. He did it at our stadium a couple of seasons ago, and I thought, oh, geez, please.
But when you look at a player that has been through a lot of rough times and has not had Rob the Green with United, and, you know, is literally redemption of his career. Yeah, I mean, it could be a new starter for him to get back into the internationals and to, you know, find a better club along the way. I
mean, look, I think at the end of the day, you know, I mean, obviously we're not here to talk about Mr. What's his name? I'm not here to talk about him. But you know, that performance yesterday just wasn't good enough. And the fact is that Arsenal need to sort out their mentality. We can't go into games, yeah, where we go in there half-heartedly and coming up with that kind of performance against West Ham. No offense to West Ham, but you know, we can't be relieved after, you know, coming back through all and cheering that. Was not pleased. Yeah, yes, we came back. We could have possibly won that game. Yeah, but if we had to play like that from the beginning, then we would have taken that side apart. I mean, Martin Odegaard, for me, he has changed the way Arsenal is playing. I mean, he took the game by the scruff of the neck, something that Aubameyang should be doing. And as I said to you earlier on, do you think that Aubameyang, you know, is the captain, having that captain, what can I call it? Having that responsibility. Yeah. Do you think that's weighing on him? Do you know? I mean, I feel personally speaking that it should be given to somebody else, because I just think he's not at the races. There's a lot of stuff going on in his personal life. Something was revealed to me today. I won't go into it, but please, I beg Mr. Geezer, that's what Geezer, he knows what I'm talking about. I'll beg him, don't put nothing in the chat or anything like that. But it will all be revealed.
Going to your question about Aubameyang, whether he is or should be captain. If you really look at your team, how many leaders can you say are within that team? Or if you go through the spine of the team, how many are there any leaders, or how many leaders can you say are in that team?
All right, in there, I would say, off the top of my head, Kieran Tierney, definitely future captain. Thomas Partey could possibly be at the moment. He's not cutting it right now, and I know injuries have come into play and that, but he just kind of sometimes looks a little bit lost as well. And I don't know if it's because of the Arsenal mentality that's rubbing off of it. Because when he was playing at Atletico, he was a real leader, you know, real force on the pitch. But coming to Arsenal, yes, as I said, injuries have not helped. But sometimes I just think about his decision making, and when a team is meant to be, taking a game by the scruff of the neck, controlling that midfield, there was times where he looked a little bit lost. And there's a couple of games where I've seen him. Listen, I'm not tapping out on him. I'm not tapping out on him because I think he needs a whole season, pre-season with Arsenal and that, and I think he will come good next year. So potentially Thomas Partey, David Luiz, I'd say is a leader as well. Yeah, he's definitely a leader. And Lacazette.
To be honest, I mean, I think definitely David Luiz probably should have had the captaincy at this moment in time.
Yeah.
To take the team forward. Aubameyang definitely looks lost as a captain. He hasn't really got those leadership qualities.
Yeah.
Which would take you through difficult periods.
Yeah.
And he probably needs some hand around his shoulder.
He needs to be benched. That's what happens. He needs to be benched for a little while. I'm not saying that out to get to out of banter or nothing. I just think he's not playing as well, and because of that, for me, it's a case of Arteta's trying to shoehorn him in to a side where if you're not playing well, why are you putting him to the side? What's happening? What's Martinelli done wrong? Yeah, Pepe. Do you know what I mean? That side that he picked on Sunday. I mean, I really wanted to have seen Pepe on the right hand side. I was a bit shocked to see Chambers, but albeit Chambers did have a good game, especially going forward. Yeah, but Aubameyang hasn't had a good couple of games. He hasn't had good games, and for me, Arteta just the same way. He needs to be consistent because Arteta, he dropped him for the North London derby because he turned up late. So just keep it full. If he's not playing well, then sit him on the bench, and bring him on with say 20 minutes to go. Yeah, Lacazette will play well, score, and then you bench him for a couple of games. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, Martinelli. What's wrong with Martinelli? Somebody please tell me in the chat what is wrong. Why Martinelli is not getting any game time? Do you know what I mean? And the way I think Arteta manages the side and he's just his whole man management, I just don't think he does it well. And I'll keep saying, and I said it on the preview, not the preview, my review player ratings, that I just don't think the manager's job for this particular club is just too big for him. You know what I mean? And even if we are praying, I don't know what your thoughts are on us getting through to the finals of the Europa and making it into Champions League. I mean, even if we do that, we have to need to get some real decent players because I'm telling you, that current side that we've got there, we're just going to go out the group stages if we go into Champions League. We just ain't at that level. Even under Wenger, we had better players. Do you know what I mean? So for me, yeah.
I can see Arsenal going far in the Europa. Well, they've got to really take a good grip of, how they are playing in some games and situations, and especially in that midfield. I think the midfield looks a little lost at times, just get clued up on certain areas of the pitch where they can stabilize situations a bit more.
Well, I thought bringing in Partey would solve that problem. As I say, it hasn't helped with his injuries.
He's still trying to find his feet in the team, and moving from Spain to come to play in England, it's going to take a little while. I think definitely next season you would see the best of him.
Yeah, I want to see the back of Daddy Ceballos. He's just been absolutely abysmal in his last few games, and it seems like he's running around with lead boots because that guy, seriously, for me, he's gone backwards. And the sooner summer comes, I'm begging him that they don't bring him back. Can't have it. Just can't have him coming back. There's no way I can have that, mate. If we can get this Martin Odegaard, it's going to cost a bit, but I think that he will transform our side with the right players around him, the right forwards as well. Question I want to pose, yeah? Would you sell if you was Arsenal, yeah, and currently how Aubameyang, £375,000 a week, would you sell Aubameyang if an offer came in? Based on what you've seen of Aubameyang.
I mean, Aubameyang is a proven striker, and he may not be playing his best football at Arsenal presently, but to pay his wages, that's the big question.
Who's going to take him?
Yeah.
Who's going to take him on those big? And to be perfectly honest, yeah, I know I'm throwing it out there, but I personally can't see him leaving the club. Yeah, as somebody said to me, the man is wearing his silk pajamas now. Yeah, he's in his silk pajamas, loving life. Yeah, Butler's bringing in the food. Understand me? The jerk chicken.
If Aubameyang's wages were not as extreme as they are, I probably think Liverpool would have taken him.
Yeah,
just as that proven striker.
Yeah, in the summer he was flirting with clubs. He was flirting with clubs, and he admitted it that he was talking with other clubs, especially abroad. But I don't know if any English clubs were looking at him. I know Liverpool at one time were interested in him. Obviously, the links with Klopp and Dortmund and that. So, you know what I mean. But I don't know. Do you know what? Would he fit? I don't think he has that work ethic to fit. Then saying that, I might be contradicting myself because when he played for Dortmund, he
did. He was an influence in the Dortmund team, to be honest. But you've always got to look at Aubameyang as that guy that he doesn't really need to do as much as other centre forwards because he knows when he gets into those critical positions, then he's going to be a threat.
Yeah. But I just think, I don't know. I just think his all-round game he needs to change it. I mean, you look at the likes of Harry Kane, who has 17 goals to his name, joint top goal scorer, top with assists, with 13 assists in front of De Bruyne, who has 11. So Harry Kane is doing well, and then there's talk about himself. I mean, it came out in the game they were playing against Aston Villa that he's looking to possibly move on if an offer comes in summer, because for a guy, he can score all the goals he wants, he can get all the golden boots he wants, but he's not going to win any major trophies with this current Tottenham squad. And the way Tottenham have been playing, I mean, for them to go out to Dynamo Zagreb, I mean, they're 2-0 up, and they go to them and they lose that game 3-0. And it didn't help them losing against us in the North London derby. So they had to turn it around quick. And then saying that, they didn't play well against Aston Villa, but they got the score, they got the goals, they won it 2-0. They go up to, I think it's 6th, or 7th, on 48 points. So we're Liverpool in the table.
We are 6th or something like that.
No, you're 7th. Tottenham are above you.
Exactly.
Tottenham are above you. Yeah, you're on.
The way we played this particular part of the year, I mean, I'm kind of losing track of.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. That game when we play you on the 4th, that's going to be massive, because as it currently stands, we play the same amount of games. You're currently on 46 points and we're on 42. Wow. We win that game, we're 1 point behind you.
Wow.
Tottenham are on 48 points as it stands, so they're 2 points ahead of you.
But they are we all on the same games? Tottenham.
Yep. Okay. Yep. So that takes us nicely into Liverpool. Yeah. How is your side faring? I mean, losing 5 games in a row at home. As I said, you won your last game. Just looking at your current form, you won away to Wolves, Jota scoring that goal. What's that? Tottenham are not happy at the moment. They're unsettled. I would agree with that. Mourinho, is he finished? Put it in the comments. Tell me what you think. You beat Leipzig. I think you won, in total 4-0 on aggregate. So you're through to the next round. You're facing the mighty Real Madrid. What are your thoughts on that? But let me just look at your form. So since your loss, like your 5-game loss, because you lost obviously against your big rivals Everton at home 2-0. Then you go away, and I would expect you to beat Sheffield United. You beat them 2-0 away. You then lose to Chelsea at home, and that was the game where you lost 5 in a row. And then you lose. No, Fulham. Oh my gosh, Fulham. Yeah, 1-0. Yeah.
No,
then you start to pick things up a little bit. Liverpool against Leipzig 2-0, and then Wolves. So what are your thoughts?
It's been a dismal home stretch, and the players have to look up. They have to look at themselves in that short period, because for any Premier League team to lose 5 home games in a row, that's actually quite shocking. It's never happened for a top flight team.
As I said in the last podcast, you got to be I say that. Could you be the worst title champions when it comes to your title defense? Could it be? We've got to wait until the end of the season to see that. Yeah. Starting on the 4th of April. Please, Arsenal, please.
Let's just wait to the end of the season, because, I mean, right now, everybody can say yes.
Do you think you'll make the top 4? Do you think you'll make the top 4?
I doubt it. The teams ahead of us, too far ahead. Even West Ham, far away from us. So,
well, West Ham are currently on 49 points.
Oh, 49. Okay.
Yeah.
So sorry. Leicester and Chelsea. Yeah. It's going to take some catching.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the table, obviously Man City 71 points. I mean, listen, mate, what's going on? Man City, yeah. And then followed by Man United on 57 points. Leicester on 56, who knocked out, by the way, Man United in the FA Cup. Will he keep his job? That's another question. I mean, we could talk about it, and I know your time is running out, so we want to race through quickly. Will Ollie keep his job? Losing, will he get a cup? Because he really needs a cup. I mean, really, what's left for him now is the Europa.
I think they might win the Europa, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a very good chance, but I mean, we're in there. We're in there with a shout.
Yeah, it could be an English final.
Very small shout, though.
It could be an English final if you guys progress and you just keep that momentum. Yeah, who knows?
What about you and the Champions League against Real Madrid? I know the last time we spoke. Yeah,
when we did speak about it, I was I had this inkling that we were going to get Madrid, and there you go. They lined us up with Madrid, and to be honest, if you really look at the draw, for us, it is an opportunity to put the demons behind us. Champions League final 2017-2018.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we have to be wary that Madrid are dangerous. And, at any point in that game, they're going to have opportunities to score. And I don't want it to be a game where, let's say, for example, over the 2 legs, we beat them, but then we lose players from it. So I want the team to get that out of their head.
I wonder if Ramos is going to do another little thing on Salah. Because I know when we spoke last time.
Ramos.
Yeah, I know when we spoke last time, you were saying that this is a revenge game, for what he did to Salah. What's she saying? Liverpool always pull it off against the big clubs. So what you're trying to say, Latoya, is that Liverpool is a small club. Right. Now, for me,
we're not a small club.
I know you're not a small club. It's a bit of that now, man. It's a bit of that now. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying though, for real though, look, do you how far do you think you're going to go in the Champions League?
Uh, that's the thing. If we beat Madrid, I think we could get to the final.
And who
I
do you
honestly
get to
do
the final?
think we can get to the final. If we face Chelsea in the semis, it could be that love-hate game.
Remember?
Liverpool, Chelsea's,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we've had successes over the years against them.
But talking about Chelsea though,
Yeah.
14 games unbeaten under Tuchel.
Oh, they look strong, and it's going to be a difficult game if we play them. But
they are very strong. They are very strong.
We have to concentrate and get over the Madrid game.
Yeah,
and then from there we can look forward to a good competitive semi-final.
Right. So in between that, I think we play you. Do you play when we play our Europa against Slavia Prague? Do we play you? We play you in between that. Do you play Real Madrid as well? Round about that time?
I think we play. I think we play Madrid after we play you.
Right. So this is going to be interesting because do you rest players? Yeah. Have you got enough players to rotate? Because with us, Arsenal, we've got a what I say in terms of injuries compared to your injury list. Yeah. You're sort of pretty much hit badly. So you haven't got room to rotate as much.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
I don't think Klopp will rest any players because we haven't had a game, or when we go into that game, we won't have a game for a couple of weeks.
No, but we're going to play you Sunday. I mean, right now we don't play you now because it's international break, so we don't play you until the 4th of April. That's when our next game is because there's nothing. There's nothing.
I think that it might be a game that we might need to build some momentum leading into the game.
So you would play a full strength side against us on the Sunday?
Not really full strength. There will be some players resting.
That's what I'm saying.
But it won't be as if it's going to be a full change of the team.
No, I don't expect you to make full changes, and I'm hoping that Arteta doesn't do the same. Do you know what I mean? And I would definitely want him to play Lacazette because Lacazette always seems to score against you guys. What are you laughing for?
Look, listen, we've got Nat Phillips and Kabak, and they're going to give
you Yay! No, I mean, that game is going to be interesting because, as I said, we will probably be looking to rest some players, but it's going to be interesting. I think he will play his strongest side. He's definitely going to play the likes of Salah, Mane, you know what I mean? But we've got to be switched on and we have to put out our best side against you guys, you know what I mean? And just to make sure. But if we, as I said, if we play like we did against West Ham, we will get our butts or our bottoms slap up. Yeah? Left, right, and centre.
To be honest, I think he might play Origi in that game.
I hope he does.
I think he will probably rest one of the front three.
Yeah.
To get ready for Madrid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going to be an interesting game against you guys, but yeah.
Another thing, I know we're running out of time, and I'll probably talk for another 10 minutes, interact with the people, or just talk for the sake of talking. But, Kof, going back at the weekend, there was some decisions, when I say refereeing decisions that I looked at. Now, I'm not saying because of we conceded that second goal. That was a goal when they took that quick free kick, and I think it was his name is what's the referee's name? Not Mason, the other one, Moss. Yeah. John. I think it was John Moss. Yeah, he refereed the Brighton game, right? And it was I think it was Lewis Dunk took a quick free kick. Yeah, the referee I didn't think blew the whistle, took a free kick, and he scored. And they ruled it out. They went to VAR and then they ruled it out. Now, the kind of same thing happened with us against West Ham. Now, one of the worst things to do is, you had Saka arguing with the referee. You had Kieran Tierney with his back turned. You had David Luiz. I don't know who he was talking to. Nobody was paying attention. Yeah. And the player, I keep forgetting his name, the one who scored against us, the first goal. He took a quick free kick, yeah, and the whistle didn't go or anything. The referee didn't ask us to go and stand off 10, Jesse Lingard, that's it. Didn't tell us to stand off 10 yards or nothing like that. But if we'd use a little bit in a nous, yeah, because we used to do it to teams, we used to take those quick free kicks and score. Yeah. I'm not saying that's the reason why, you know, we ended up drawing the game or could have possibly lost the game. But what I'm saying is that there needs to be consistency, because just the same way he blew up and went and checked the VAR and had a conversation with the people wherever they were and then ruled out the goal. What was the difference with what happened on Sunday?
Yeah,
a whistle didn't blow, but there's no ruling to say that he has to blow the whistle. As long as the ball is stationary, they can take it. So Arsenal were at fault because we had all our backs turned. You know, that's the schoolboy stuff. Turn, face up the ball, stand in front of the ball. That way, the referee can then tell you to stand 10 yards off. Yeah. They end up, and then I don't know what Leno was doing at the near post. Can somebody please tell me what the brother was doing?
I mean, it was a case of
Mr. Kangaroo.
It was a case of nobody was really switched on, and nobody could set themselves quick enough for the quick ball. But at the end of the day, VAR has been very inconsistent, and there has to be a full FA review and to tweak it so that everybody is on the same level playing field. We can't go into next season.
It's happening too often, because what they're doing is when an incident happens, they then go, right, we're going to go and review that incident, and then they change the ruling for it. Now, this has been happening consistently over this season. Now, next season, they have to sit down properly, and have one set of rules, and stop keep changing things, because it's almost like they just keep moving the goalposts. You don't have that problem in teams abroad or clubs, leagues abroad. It only seems to be happening in England, in the Premier League. And
there's been a lot of talk about the referees not being able to manage the game because VAR has come in and disturbed the flow of them making decisive decisions. Now, it has to be done in a way that the referees do have a bit more of the power to make those decisive decisions, and VAR would probably come into play to make some of the decisions that the referee hasn't seen.
Yeah. It has to be a clear, mistake for the referee. So if he's not too sure, then VAR comes in. But sometimes what's happening, VAR is jumping in and making a decision for the referee.
That's it.
You go to the monitor and go, you know what I mean? And it's taking that human element out of the game. And this far, for me, this season, I mean, VAR in itself, it's okay because it will, when they do sit down, they're going to have to, as I say, review it again. But VAR in itself will work. But when you start having referees, the human side coming into it, what is the point? What is the point? And it is ruined football at the moment. It's, you don't, the other annoyance I have is like, you'll score the goal or you'll pick up the ball, you're offside, the linesman knows you're offside, and then 10 seconds later he holds his flag up. I mean, it's just so annoying.
That has been a big part of some of the games that Liverpool have played, and it's affected us because
stop making excuses. Stop making excuses. That is lame. That is lame, brother. What are you talking about? It's a defense, man. Yeah. Don't tell me what Aston Villa 7-2, please.
That was a one-off. That was a one-off.
What games has VAR affected you? What games?
Come on, there's been games during the season where we could have had a goal and they've looked at the player's foot or what was it, an arm, and it's literally been millimeters. I'm talking millimeters from where the player's in line with the defense, and millimeters of an arm just sticking out and
sticking past the player, the defender.
Yeah, and so they don't want to give us their goal.
What does that mean, Kofi?
That should be clearly for us.
Are you saying
because they should because
Yeah,
it's
why not?
like
Yeah,
their attacker has to be the one that they should be given advantage to.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, true. I agree with that. A lot of people have been saying that. Give the advantage to the attacker, and you're rightly saying. I mean, I'm only banking you there. It is millimeters. I mean, like a toenail. Yeah, a hair, like, you know what I mean. I'm thinking how, and they got the lines. They're putting all the lines, and I'm thinking, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just long, man. It's just taking out the fun out of the game. We've been robbed by VAR, according to Jay. We've been robbed by VAR. I don't know if you agree with that statement, yeah? I think it's really down to your football prowess. Yeah. You guys have not been playing well. Yes.
It's
Playing VAR.
50-50. 50-50.
What I would say though, we need to take the VAR now out of Liverpool now. It used to be Liverpool. It's just Liverpool now, yeah?
Okay, enough said on the Liverpool. This is Arsenal. The focus is Arsenal.
No, listen, the focus is not Arsenal. The focus is the Premier League and what's happened during there. I mean, as I said, there was a few games that happened, and they said Man United are being knocked out of the FA Cup. You know, that was one of their chances to get a trophy. Can Man City do the quadruple? That's another big question. They're on for the quadruple right now. They're playing Chelsea in the semi-finals. That's going to be another interesting game. Who knows? Could Thomas Tuchel go on a 15-game unbeaten run, whatever it is? I mean, he's got some easy games coming up. I think their next game, I'm sure they've got. I think where their next game is. I think it's Sheffield United. Is it Sheffield United? So I know it's an easy game they've got. Their next game is quite easy. Actually, tell a lie, West Brom. So they got West Brom, and then we play them in a couple of weeks' time as well. So I'm not looking forward to that game either. When I say a couple of weeks' time, the 12th of May. So that will be coming down to the nearing the end of the season. Hopefully they'll be on the beach, and we can get a result against them. But yeah. So yeah, Man City and Chelsea. There's a possibility that they could go on and win the quadruple. It's still there. They've got a nice. I think they play. Who do they play in the Champions League?
They're playing.
Who do they get?
PSG.
Is it PSG?
Yeah, I think they're playing PSG.
Right. Let's have a look at that one.
Who's playing? I think. Is it
Let me
PSG?
check that now.
Because I know they.
No, it's not. It's Dortmund.
Dortmund. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Dortmund.
Yeah. So Bayern Munich are playing.
Yeah, Bayern Munich. I think are playing PSG.
Yeah, got it wrong order.
Yeah. So do you just to sort of finish, do you think, first of all, where do you think you will finish? I mean, listen, we're probably going to ask the same question in a couple of weeks' time, depending on how we sort of favour coming out of the couple of games. But do you think that Liverpool will end up in a Champions League position? Is that your best chance, or is your best chance of winning it? What's your thoughts?
To be honest, I think we've got to just go for it. Go for Champions League.
What the position or?
Yeah. No, the actual competition.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you feel confident about Real Madrid?
They can be beaten.
Yeah.
I believe
they're currently second in La Liga. Yeah. You know, they started off kind of shaky at the start, but they've kind of got their act together and everything.
Yeah, they're playing well. But I mean, I feel that, you know, Liverpool, both teams have been good in Champions League. So, you know, let's take them on.
What I'll probably be doing, I'm going to be brave, yeah. When we do play you on the 4th of April, I think I'm going to be doing a watch along with you, mate.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Are you up for that? I'll tell you.
I've got to go.
Listen, Cole, thanks a lot, mate. Thank you for coming on, sharing your thoughts, and may the best team win.
Yeah. That's it.
Get yourself, mate. All right, take care.
Right. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks again for Kofi coming on. I am gonna be leaving, but just want to kind of go over the weekend and just talk about Arsenal. So for those people who are on the Arsenal fans, listen, that game was a bit of a joke. I don't know, in terms of the mentality, with Arsenal's mentality, they need to starting games. They need to start games better than what I saw on Sunday. You cannot turn up. One thing was said was that Lacazette came out in the post-match and said that they didn't respect the manager's tactics. How you want to read that, it's up to you. But I would say, if you're putting it down, if they're listening to Arteta and expecting him to carry out his football instructions, do you think we would have gotten on and won that game? That's a question I'm putting. Put it in the chat. Do you think we would have gone on and won that game? My problem with Arsenal right now is that we start games far too slow. We play out the back far too slow. Leno, for a couple of games now, has been pretty dodgy. It would be good to maybe even get Matt Ryan in and try him out for a couple of games. That near post blunder on Sunday, how are you letting a goal come in at your near post and you've gone down to pick it up and it's gone through your hands? That's just not on. I don't think Leno is a world-class goalkeeper. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I would have probably liked to have kept Martinez, who's currently at Aston Villa and has had 14 clean sheets. I can't remember the last time we've had a clean sheet. We're supposed to have one of the our defense is supposed to have improved. I can't see where that is. Judging by the game on Sunday, I can't see where the improvement is. Even though we've tightened up, we're still losing games. Whether it's, I think this is this game here where we lost or drew 3-3. We could have easily lost that game 4-5-0 if we didn't get our act together. We need to sort it out big time. We have to sort it out big time. And Arteta has got to get the mentality of this side in terms of when they approach games now. They can't afford to go in games thinking, it's only West Ham or, it's a bottom six side. I seem to have lost connection, but let me see if that comes back on. I seem to have lost connection. Yeah, I've gone. Yeah, if we can still hear me, guys, I seem to have lost connection. What connection? If you can hear me, just put it in the chat because I can't see. I can't see. If you can hear me, the camera has died on me. But yeah, somebody's putting it. Liverpool will probably finish around 6th in the league table, but will win the Champions League. Fair enough, Latoya. If that's your thoughts on that. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if we can get this camera going again. It just seems to have died. Excuse the technical difficulties. Again, it's done it again on me. Decided to die on me. We're back again. I don't know what's happened there. Yeah. So yeah. So let's read that again. Liverpool will probably finish around 6th in the league table, but will win the Champions League. That's interesting. Okay. Right. So I'm going to finish it because I think we're going to have some technical difficulties. But listen, guys, thank you for coming to the stream and putting in your comments. It'd be nice to see if I can get some more people on. Yeah, yes, Latoya. Jay saying that's where Mrs. saying yes, Latoya. Yeah, if you do think you're gonna win the Champions League and finish 6th, it means then you will automatically qualify for the Champions League again. But if you don't and you finish 6th, then you're going to be playing Thursday night football. So I don't know what you think about that. I don't think, personally speaking, Arsenal are going to get into any kind of European position right now. We're sitting currently 9th. above Aston Villa, who lost to Tottenham, but they have got a game in hand. We do. Yes, big up Ian. We do have that game on the 4th of April, and I am not looking forward to it at all, especially if we go into that game playing the way we did against West Ham. We have to back up our ideas. You know, we play far too slow. You know, when I watch our game, sometimes I wonder why we allow teams to impose themselves on us, run halfway down the pitch. We don't even put in a tackle. We don't even attempt to put in a tackle. Don't know why that is. We just back off, and then, you know, they have a chance to either get into the box, and then by that time, we can't make a tackle because the likelihood is we'll probably go and give away a penalty. So for me, we need to, you know, we need to really back up our ideas concerning the way we play and going forward. We've got 9 games left. Those 9 games are going to be all cup games. Yeah, we got to try and see if we can put a run together, starting with Liverpool on the 4th of April. That's the Easter weekend. So please, Lord, please help us. But listen, guys, thank you for staying with me on this. As I said, I will be hopefully doing a live watch along with Cold Feet for the Liverpool game, and we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully, I'll be the one smiling, and we'll see what happens. But it's international break, so it's just good that we can just sit back and relax, and I haven't got to be moaning about Arsenal and worrying about them playing some Brock up football. Excuse my Jamaican. But listen, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.